So, I was just informed that Silent Rob has shut down his channel on YouTube. Is it for good? Potentially. Will he return? Conceivably. But did he go down like a little bitch? That's for certain. Let's read his goodbye letter to the world. For the better part of 18 years, I put my nose to the grindstone, paid my dues, and made thousands of videos, considered by some to be some of the funniest content out there, while my channel got completely buried in the algorithm. I don't know, Rob. You were lazy, you took lots of shortcuts, kind of like I'm doing right now by playing Oregon Trail while I read your surrender notice to the world. You didn't pay anything either. In fact, you owe a lot of people money that you'll never pay back, so the idea of you paying anything to anyone is laughable. Let's continue reading here. As I was making what ultimately became my last video tonight, oh, perish the thought, against a notoriously racist troon we constantly had issues with on FDU, people begged me to get rid of for over a year, and an autistic effing R-word who loved me to the point of wanting to F my B 6 months ago, but now hates me, who sounds like he has a chocolate-covered D for a tongue openly attacking a child. Christ, these run-on sentences are murder. I think Rob just lost the ability to make similes that make sense. This is just sad. As sad as a voyage to Oregon City with you would be for me in 1849, Rob. I sat there and looked around wondering why I'm even bothering. Know what I saw when I looked around? I saw a bunch of damn backstabbers playing both sides like that muffin cake's F-word who spent 18 years pointing out random point parts in my vids 'cause tism, I guess. You know, Rob, that Muffin Cakes guy could have not given you 18 years of viewership. If anything, that proves that he was interested enough in your content that he came back time and time again to show you support. It's not his fault that you now blame your audience for never making it into the big leagues. Why don't you blame your lack of constancy, your erratic behavior online, your constant bridge burning with people trying to help you, etc., etc., etc.? And you certainly don't seem to blame the many drugs you've taken over the years. You know, a little personal responsibility and humility would have done you wonders. And I also saw 46 members, 46 people who bothered to pay the equivalent of a small meal at McDonald's out of the almost 10 million who enjoyed my shit over 18 years. I would contest that number, Rob. You may have gotten a total of 10 million views on your channel as a whole, but I would never believe you ever had an audience of 10 million people. Add in people who like your content so much they watch it multiple times, times when people are shown your videos but they click away. There's no way in hell you've ever had 10 million people watching you. This is just delusional. As delusional as believing that your content is worth paying $8 a month for, when there are just so many free channels that offer everything from animations to actual content that doesn't just involve lazily pointing a camera at your face while you drive around aimlessly listening to Bee Gees. Rob, you are not Mr. Beast. You are not AVGN. Right now, even Minute World's videos are currently more interesting and more fun to watch than yours are. You should really start to evaluate that you're not all that in a bag of chips anymore. No, you really aren't worth a small value meal at McDonald's. By the way, kind of douchey way to minimize the money your viewers have to decide whether to pay you or not. You don't respect the value of $8, clearly. But why would you? You've had people donate you $500 3 times in a row in streams, and you repaid those very people by telling them to suck a dick. You begged David for money over and over again, and you never valued the fact that at one point he was willing to let you shake him down for loose change. You're a scumbag, Rob. An ungrateful scumbag at that. I sure as fuck didn't see anyone sticking up for me after I stuck up for them for years or took time out of my life to talk these guys down off the edge. Yeah, you charged them money for the privilege, dude. Maybe it would seem like A favor worth repaying if repayment wasn't always measured in dollars as it always seems to be with you? I'm sitting around since 2007 begging for fucking crumbs, never getting one decent opportunity thrown my way in almost 2 decades, and whenever I did try to better my life, most of these fuckers spazzed out. You've been sitting around since 2007 begging. That's where it stops. That's literally the only true statement you made right there. Crumbs? Dude, you've had streams where you won literally hundreds of dollars. The hell are you even talking about? And Muda, you had Muda there to boost your numbers, and you didn't appreciate his contribution. You did nothing but burn bridges and act like you were owed a living. What part of doing fentanyl was supposed to have bettered your life, huh? The only spaz here was you. You wanted to get famous for doing as little as humanly possible. You wanted to be online famous. Now you see that it was never a viable source of income in a space where popularity is key. Thinking you're the hottest ticket on Earth is not the same as actually being the hottest ticket on Earth. The internet at large has spoken. They aren't interested in what you are quite literally trying to sell them. Worse, they now know that it's your one and only driving motivation, and that paying you will only make you buy more drugs. So, that which doesn't guarantee that you'll continue being motivated. You see what the problem is? And then you compare yourself to Spoonie. Dude, you are not Spoonie. He cultivated his audience. He even went to cons, did stand-up for them. At least for a moment, he was putting in the effort. At least in the beginning he was. Well, don't worry, because nobody has to ever deal with me again, both online and soon to be offline too, once I find a dealer with a bag. I've been struggling and getting absolutely effing nowhere with that page for years, when I deserved way effing more than what I was given. You never valued what you were given, Rob. In fact, you bit the hand that fed you multiple times. It's hard for people to root for that. And don't do the suicide-threatening bull crap. That's a bitch move and you know it. It's low, it's cheap, and it's almost on the same level as falsely claiming you have cancer and trying to milk people for the sympathy. Stop it. Get some help. I'm not playing ROMs for the 5th millionth time. Look, there's your problem right there. You won't do what is required for you to continue getting the recognition and money that you are hoping for. You are all take and no give. I've been contemplating killing myself for a while, and these thoughts started creeping into my head. Yearly, then monthly, then weekly, and it's every day now. It might be today, hope so. Too chicken shit to give him a chance. Silent Rob 2007 to 2025. Dude, that's so bitch-made, bro. Telling people you're gonna unhero yourself, or unalive yourself, as people prefer to say these days, that's pure gaslighting and manipulation bullcrap. I once had a lot more respect for you. Now I don't even want to complete this playthrough on Oregon Trail with you. You make me sick, Rob. Instead, here's my low-effort Suno AI song for you.
Out in the poverty-stricken Ohio, there lived a talentless $5 man. Day after day he would copy the stylings of Archfiend and Armic without his own plan. His ginger features and caustic persona, along with the punch he received at GameStop, earned him a jump in his YouTube subscribers, though he was as talented as a doorstop. One night he chose to start charging his crowd like a $2 a night dating whore. Unashamed and unhinged, he would cry and he'd whinge, so his viewers would pay him just $3 more. After that fiasco, he kept on devolving into worse and worse versions of his old self. Soon he'd stop editing them all together. All his sketch videos were doomed to the shelf as he lost interest in his own old channel. Deeper and deeper in drugs he would drown, spending his donator cash on some oxys. His viewer numbers all start to come down. That's when he lost his last marble online, desperate like Disney's Snow White. Now he demanded another $3 for those keeping count. Now it's $8, alright. Oh. So he lost all his cred, and his last act was painful. The man who had donated most to his cause, Minute World ripped into him with no mercy and made the pathetic dumb ginger give pause. That's left of his drug-fueled channel is enough to make a grown man sob. Fentanyl, crack, and a cry to the wind is the legacy of Silent Rob.
Till next time, dear viewer.